of October 2023. Hello and welcome to the newspaper review on TAP TV. My name is Sophia John, your host for today. In case you're just joining us for the first time and you're wondering what we do on the show, it's a show where we get to look at stories hitting the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And of course, I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by a very beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Kosi. Kosi, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, I'm good.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm really happy.
You need to share some of your beauty secrets.
I'm good. I don't really have any beauty secrets.
You don't have any particular beauty routine?
I always say, whenever I come on air, I do say that it's always smart. You should always look good, take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you really have yourself. You understand? So even though the problem of the world is too much, you need to come out and look gorgeous. You understand? Because you don't know when your doesn't have a hits you, know? So in everything I thank God. I really thank God for these things.
Alright, without no further ado, we'll head over to our first newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Trust newspaper. The Daily Trust is leading farmers, varsity student adopted in Borno, Katsina State. Sub-story under that saves Taraba from bandit, government begs army chief. Rep asks army, police to deploy personnel to Katsina. And you can read that up on page 4 of the newspaper. E-ticketing delays threatens 22 billion naira revenue on Lagos-Ibadan trains, and that's on page 4 of the newspaper. Niger records 53 deaths from 6 boat mishaps in 1 month. You can read the rest of that on page 8 of the newspaper. Has the weather unsettles drivers, asthmatic patient in Maiduguri, and that's on page 11 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Senate confirms Ministerial nominee who collapsed during screening with 2 others. That's also on page 11 of the newspaper. Posted that incident of the minister that slumped the minister from the Kaduna State. It was really a strange one.
Really strange. You know, say this is someone's about.
Yeah.
As much as we don't really like our some of our House of Rep or our ministers too, because of some selfish laws or bills they propose there. But I still feel once it concerns matter of the health, I feel that we should be sympathetic towards the person. And the fact that he collapsed, many people say it's funny, but I don't feel someone can solve
That kind of thing.
because I saw on social media where people are saying that fake and all that to gain sympathy and all that.
Do you think he was kind of famous? He was actually
Yeah, some people
anxious
is
about
true.
something?
Exactly. Some people,
Yes.
some persons, they can't talk in crowd. You understand?
Yes.
Some persons can't express themselves. Some are good at expressing themselves in written words. Some are good at speaking out. So I think they should follow because I remember when I was growing up, they called me out one certain time while I was growing up and to come and give speech, this assembly speech, and they did it on by during my own time. God, I wanted to die. I wanted to die. I wanted to die. Because a lot of persons there defend their sickness. So once it's your turn to
Yes,
speak,
you said
like I'll tell my mom, mommy, I'm not
I
going
had
to
that
school
kind
that
of
day.
experience
I'm
too.
not going to school. Like no matter what, I cannot go to school that day. No matter what.
But also, some Nigerians are also looking at this incident from a school of thought that some of our senators and some of our representatives should be properly screened medically before
Exactly.
That's
like
one of the
case
because
of
actually
this
your health can
president-
actually restrict your
like this president
your
government.
functionality.
You're right. I think they should also invite that into their screening medical procedures because the case of this president governor of Ondo State, Balarabe, he was elected for a second term, elected actually, and within that period he had to travel out for medical checkup, and his his assistant, his vice, I mean, his vice was the one that had to start taking over the affairs, and now they are having issues because the vice, when he came in, no one thing with power is power corrupts, absolute power corrupts, absolute. So most times persons once you build down more power, it's really hard for them to want to leave that seat. And that's the issue they are having. Now they are trying to impeach the vice governor. You understand? So the deputy governor, I mean. So now the problem now is, I feel like you said that if they want to screen, these are the procedures you mentioned. Bring in your conduct a proper medical checkup. So you won't be having all these issues. If you are medically unfit, you can leave. You understand? Yeah, I know most persons they have the intellectual to lead, but because of their health and all that. But your health is first.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be running the government. Rest not taking sure of yourself. Anything can happen at any time. So I feel the House of Senate should please, and have the National Assembly they should please as they are screening, they should embed the method of medical checkup. It's very, very important. Because once you are aging, everything, your body, your organs, they are going down too. You understand? So it's normal. It's normal, and proper medical checkup should be needed while screening.
Still on the newspaper, Mohbad Naira Larry remanded as police declares childhood friend wanted, and that's on page 14 of the newspaper. Flood displaces 563 persons in Adamawa, and that's on page 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Certificate Tinubu presented to INEC not in our possession. Okay, let me take that again. Certificate Tinubu presented to INEC not in our possession. That's according to Chicago State University. And you can read this up on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And that's all we're taking on the Daily Trust. Kosi, I would like your thoughts on the lead story that concerns insecurity. Farmers varsity student adopted in Bornu, Castina, on page 4 of the newspaper. So I would like your thoughts.
That's really sad.
That's really
Because
sad.
one thing, there's one Igbo adage that says when they carry out that person's corpse, you won't feel it because it's not yours. But if they carry someone that's related to you, you understand, you will feel the body. And I'm just thinking how the families of these adopted victims will feel. You understand? And the fact that these people went about with their daily activities and in search of daily bread, and only for them to be adopted, and now they are asking for certain amount. And the government that claims that they have the interest of the people, though they are doing something, but it's not really fast. Most of the families are complaining. So what happened in 2014 during the time of Chibok and girls? Yeah, like over 200 students, most of them were adopted in that school. And coming to universities, like it's as if it's a mantra now that people, all these terrorists, they come to federal universities dormitories to adopt a lot of students. And this is really alarming. It's quite alarming. And the government are not doing anything about it. I don't know why a federal school won't have enough security that will secure the lives of the citizens or the students. You understand? Imagine entering the dormitory. Dormitory that is linked to the school. That means the security level in that school is not will be zero, which is wrong. These people, you don't tell a parent after sending his or her child to school, only for you to come back to tell the parent that your baby or your kid or your child has been adopted and all that, only for the parents to take it so happy. It's not possible. You understand?
And this also reminds us of the core members that were adopted on the way to
insecurity, especially in that part of the north, is really quite alarming. In Zamfara, about 5 persons were adopted. in Castina, persons were adopted, and it's quite alarming. Like once I wake up, the first thing I check is BBC and or channel, only for me to be seeing KO adopted, this one, and all these things are instigating fear among Nigerians. You understand? Because you don't tell me that you are working without being security conscious. It's not possible. You understand? And I remember during the oath of service, like we are serving for core members, they will tell you should work in pairs, you should work in this thing, don't go there, don't go there. Is that how the country is supposed to be? It's not. A country that claims to have the interest of each citizen, they meant to secure their lives. You understand? These are the first thing for any country that is attempting development. Because Nigeria is not developed. We all know. Though most persons are deceiving themselves literally that we are developing. I still pray we are developing. For the fact that we are trying to attempt to develop, I feel that security should be the first thing the government should look after. The health, security, light, water. You understand? These are the basic things the government are supposed to look after. And I really I commiserate with the family of the abducted because I'm not in their shoe, but I can feel their pains. You understand? I can feel their pains, and I'm pleading with the security agencies to please do everything possible to rescue this victim. Because some of them were killed too. Some of them were killed. At least rescue the ones that are still alive. Because imagine, I don't know, they said they took some of them to Sambisa forest. And this Sambisa forest was the place they took Chibok girls. And about, I can't remember, but it was the beginning of September that we're talking about that something happened and 279 persons were kidnapped in a secondary school and nobody account for it. You understand? So, and this kidnapping will keep happening. If the government can put strict measures that will prevent it, it will continue to happen no matter what. So please, I am pleading, you should do everything possible best to rescue these abducted victims. Because they are someone's father, mother, sibling. You understand? And they cry, the pain, most of them are breadwinner of their family. What will become of their family if they pass on? What will happen? So, please, I just pray that Nigeria will be better soon. Because everything that is happening, only God can help. Only God can help.
Yes, we'll be having a series of adoption in different parts of Nigeria. The north, the south.
Also, the governor of the state should also put security. They should improve in their security level. Exactly. Because it's not everything, every time federal government. The states also have some certain roles to play in this security, in public insecurity in the country.
Thank you for that insightful contribution. All right, we'll be moving on to our next newspaper. We'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper. States split over FG's 35,000 naira wage award to federal workers, and that's on page 5 of the newspaper. Mubad court remands Naira Marley, Sam Larry, 2 others. That's on page 7 of the newspaper. Court martial declares Major General guilty of $1.476 million theft. Get read that up on page 6 of the newspaper. CJN to judges, we must rise above temptation and trial. That's on page 9 of the newspaper. Terrorists adopt 5 varsity students in Castina, 1 suspect arrested. Let me take that again. Terrorists adopt 5 varsity students in Castina, 1 suspect arrested. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. FG issues 2-week timeline for passport processing, clears over 204,000 backlog, and that's on page 9 of the newspaper. Presidency, Atiku disagrees over certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC. That's on page 8 of the newspaper. 22 drawn as boat capsized in Niger, 6 body recovered. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. Senate screens confirms 3 additional ministers for Tinubu as Lawal stops. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And that's all we're taking on the Vanguard. Because I'm like, because of the big story, states with over exit 5,000 naira wage award to federal workers.
This during their meeting was on Monday, right? It was a Monday. Yeah, it was a Monday. Last week, I can't remember the particular date, but the NLC, because obviously this year, the NLC has been clamoring, especially after the inauguration of President Tinubu. They have been clamoring because of this, for subsidy and all that. They've been clamoring for improvements. And ever since then, they've been posting them, calling them, reading the agreement between them. You understand? And recently, they meant to come on 3rd of this. It was this week. So on 3rd of this week, they meant to, after the meeting, they meant to go on indefinite strike, but they had a meeting. That's on Monday night. They had a meeting and they signed a memorandum of understanding that they are going to award 35,000 naira to all federal workers, and they also welcome with the states to please increase the salary of their workers and also the private institutions. And ever since then, nothing has been done. Though they just recently signed it, but we are still hoping that they will keep to their own pattern. And recently, some states agreed. Some said that it's not really easy because the money they are talking about is quite a number, right? And states like Adamawa said that they've added 10,000. They've added 10,000 for transportation for their workers. Then Para said they're also paying 10,000 to all Para citizens. And Enugu said that they will deliberate on it and that they will follow the federal government order. That the states now, you understand? The states are now they're having meetings. Some states said that they are going to meet, like states like Ondo State. They are meeting with their labor chairman in the states to deliberate over the market. So they are yet to conclude, you understand? Because according to them, they said what they are talking about, the money they are talking about is quite enough. But I still feel that whatever decision they are going to take is fast. Because people are suffering. The country is not good. A whole lot of things are happening. The prices of food, the prices of dollar to naira is increasing. As of this week, the exchange dollar to naira at the rate of 1,010, and it's really quite alarming because the main thing is that we're not even sure whether the thing is coming down or it's going up. You understand? And people, the way the level of people are suffering now, there are a lot of criminality happening in the country. A country where citizens are in debt, citizens are in pain. Someone did, I want to come from this religious angle right now. Someone did a testimony. Someone testified that a friend of hers in abroad, in UK, in US, the lady called her and sent 30,000 to her. She was crying. She was happy because she can't remember the last time someone has ever favored her like this. And I'm asking, is it meant to be so? 30,000, what can 30,000? And I was really moved by the testimony because the fact that even to get the 30,000 is so difficult and things are very hard. You understand? So I'm now asking, this government, this present government, what are they doing about it? Yeah, last week, the White House, the First Lady, Rachel Tinubu, said that her husband is not a magician, right? That they shouldn't expect everything to just happen immediately. Quite alright, but President Tinubu has stayed more than 100 days in the office, nothing to show off. Yes, he has made some policies like palliative policies and all that, but the palliative they brought is not even reaching half of Nigerians. Most of them are routine it. Even President Tinubu said he has already issued it out. It's not in his power to start telling the governors to start, the governors of this state to start distributing it to their own citizens. You understand? So it's really quite sad that the people in power are not really thinking about the well-being of the masses. You understand? And the former president of Nigeria, Abbas, said that the problem with Nigeria is not about the problem with Nigeria is the leadership. You understand? It's the leaders, because and you cannot give what you don't have. It's not possible. And these leaders and once Nigeria, they are once leaders like normal citizens. You understand? And getting to that power, you cannot give. If you are stingy, you are stingy. If you don't have the love for your country, you don't have it. You can't just go up there and start giving out love. It's not possible. And also the problem Nigeria is also facing is we as Nigerians, it's very hard to be patriotic towards our country. But I won't blame them because a lot of things are happening. People are suffering. They've not given us that avenue to show that love. You understand? Because the country is not promising. In a country like US where the government cater for virtually everything. You understand? The government wants this a popular saying in America that an attack on one America is an attack for all. You understand? So it's really sad. And I remember something happened where a consul, American consul, that is Nigerian but working with American government, was killed in Anambra. American government came out massively for the person. Came out, though the person is Nigerian citizen, but as long as the person is working with the American citizen, they were able to come out to support the family. You understand? And just imagine if they are doing it for someone that is one citizen, what more can they do for their own citizen? And what are we to learn about it? It's really wrong that Nigerian government are not now something that is happening now. The reps, House of Reps are probing the killing of Nigerians in Ethiopia. You understand? People are being killed, even the xenophobic this thing that attack that happened. The government, before they even had to start coming to the head of Nigeria, it was when it was very late that peace mass, MPs had to fly with their money, everything free. You understand? So it's really annoying that the government is having this nonchalant attitude towards it. It's really annoying.
Alright, we go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. So stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. We'll be taking our last newspaper for the day. We'll be looking at the Daily Independent newspaper. The Daily Independent is leading. Why coups are sweeping across Africa, U.S. Consul General. That's on page 4 of the newspaper. We are focused on development, not Tinubu's academic records. That's according to ministers. Senate probes alleged killings of Nigerians in Ethiopia. That's on page 7 of the newspaper. Customs invite Eric Air over cannibalization of 3 aircraft. That's on page 29 of the newspaper. Presidential election court. And that's on page 7 of the Daily Independent newspaper. CJN raised the Riot Act to son 22 new FHC judges. That's also on page 7 of the Daily Independent newspaper. Senate confirmed Balarabe 2 other ministerial nominees, also on page 7 of the newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Independent. Kosi, I would like your thoughts on the lead story. Why coups are sweeping across Africa? Why do you think coups are sweeping across Africa?
I feel most African countries, like, okay, because I'm a historian and diplomat.
Okay.
And in history, there's something called that they use historical past to solve present issues, right?
Yes.
And I'm coming from the historical part of, I'll be taking the case study. I'll be using Gabon as a case study right now. And ever since, like, if you look at the historical part, like records, you see that from the time of 1967, after they got the independence, they didn't get they got the independence, I can't remember the exact time, but in 1967, Omar Bongo, that's the father of Ali Bongo, he was one that assumed into power. From vice president, he became the president. You understand? After the president, I can't remember their first president, so he assumed into power in 1967, and from there he has been ruling from 1967 till the day he died in 2009. And you see, like the decade is much. You understand? From 1967 to 2009, that's quite a number for one person to be ruling. And ever since his regime as the president of Gabon, he has looted a whole lot of things, because, like I always say, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You understand? Once one leader wields a whole lot of power, it's really like the way they will take advantage of the power given to them. They won't think about what is happening in Nigeria. What is happening in their country. You understand? And owing to that, when he died, his son took over. So it was as if dynasty, like a family ruling, like Gabon is for them only. You understand? And they are putting the people they want to put in power. And they claim to be practicing democracy, whereby they are elected democratically. But in true sense, it's not possible. They aren't. Even there was a time during the Ali Bongo's reign, he was elected, but it was characterized with a lot of massive rigging and all that. It was this 2023 that his opponent, I can't remember his name, but they had to announce the result even before people woke up. Firstly. Secondly, they had to cut the internet space, which is wrong. You claim to be practicing democracy, but you're not living up to what you're claiming. That's why I think I'll applaud to Nigeria as a whole. You understand? We've enjoyed 25 years of no military coup. We've enjoyed 23 years of no, because this person entered 2000. So no military coup. We've enjoyed years of like no interruption and all that. So in my thought, I feel that military coup is not possible in Nigeria. Okay. You understand? Because if you notice, according to the constitution, all you have is 2 terms. That's first term of 4 years, second term of 4 years. And our first democratically elected president was Olusegun Obasanjo. And immediately he finished, he handed power to his successor.
Yes.
And you see that ever since then they've been following that pattern. So it's not really going to be easy for someone to want more You understand? And now Nigerians already have it in mind that once this person finish, once you elapse your 8 years, or at times if you are not lucky enough, if you are democratically overthrown.
Yes,
Another
like the
person
Goodluck
can-
Jonathan.
Exactly, that happened.
Yes.
And I think he was even the only person that didn't complete his tenure, except former president Yaradua that died.
Sure,
May his soul rest in peace. So so you see that they've been following that pattern, and ever since then we've not been having issues with it. But in a situation whereby only one person will rule for 10 years, 20 years, 60-something years, that was
56.
what 56 years, that was what the dynasty of the Ali Bongo's family ruled Gabon. You understand? They didn't experience the fresh power, they didn't experience fresh leaders, nothing. Even the Niger, I don't know history about Niger, you understand? But most countries, most African countries, even there was a time in 2011, the former president of Libya,
Yes.
I can't remember his name, but he was overthrown too. He was overthrown and he was killed too. So you see that if you look at the history of Africans, you see that most of their leaders, they don't want to leave seats. It's not possible. They don't want to. So I feel they should emulate this from Nigerian government, and they should imbibe it into their constitution so that it will help them to transit safely to another person, another power. You understand? So to me, I feel that no matter what happens, Nigeria, it will be very hard for Nigeria to have military coup.
Yes. All right, that's where we draw our curtains for today. It was a great time on the newspaper review on TAP TV. I still remain your host, Sophia John, and I didn't do this alone. I did this with a very beautiful co-host. Thank you for joining us once again.
You're most welcome, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, you too can also be a part of the show. Follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook, TAP TV NG. We're on Instagram, TAP TV_NG. We're on TikTok, TAP TV_NG. And we are also on Twitter, now called X, TAP TV_NG. Do well to follow us on all those platforms. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Till we meet again tomorrow, stay safe.